Scott McLaughlin, Shane van Gisbergen humbled at visiting Bruce McLaren's family garage. Scott McLaughlin, Shane van Gisbergen humbled at visiting Bruce McLaren's family garage. Shane van Gisbergen and Scott McLaughlin visited the original garage of Bruce McLaren in Remre Road, Auckland. The family lived directly above the workshop. As two Kiwi drivers prepare for one of the biggest weekends of their lives at the home of New Zealand motor racing, Pukekohe, they got to visit an historic place in Auckland on Wednesday. Scott McLaughlin and Shane van Gisbergen visited the humble, no longer operating, service station in the Auckland suburb of Remre, where Bruce McLaren grew up. McLaren created one of the greatest legacies in motorsport, despite passing away in 1970 at the age of 32, when testing a Can-Am car in England. The McLaren team has won the F1 Constructors' Championship 8 times and the Drivers' Championship on 12 occasions. Bruce McLaren left a legacy to motorsport around the world that will never be forgotten. Sadly, the garage these days shows no signs of its significance to New Zealand motorsport, but the two drivers both walked around it, reflecting on its importance. "It's very historic, it's cool to be here and understand what went on," McLaughlin said. The grave of Bruce McLaren and his wife Patty McLaren bricket at Waikimut Cemetery in Auckland. "I've been up the top where his room was and it's freaky and cool at the same time. They've got that McLaren Technology Centre in the UK now and it shows how much of a legacy the guy left on everyone and how hard work and dedication can go from this to what it is now." Fabian Coulthard and McLaughlin are second and third in the Supercars Championship, with Van Gisbergen fifth. So it's been a great year for Kiwis in the category, but making more headlines of late is Brendan Hartley, who has driven in the last two Formula One races. "It's awesome for New Zealand," McLaughlin said. "Has been doing some fantastic things and so too has Earl Bamber in Europe and a few other guys. It does suck that now who's made it to Formula One all of a sudden he's in the limelight, because what he's done the last few years has been pretty impressive too. But certainly to New Zealand to have a Formula One driver is fantastic and hopefully he sticks around for next year because I can seriously see that Honda engine being good next year and him being quick." McLaughlin said a couple of years ago he'd be keen on giving NASCAR a go at some point in his career, once he achieved what he wanted in supercars. But he says there's never any chance of him looking at Formula One. "I think I've gone too far down a different path," he said. "I probably had to be over there, in Europe, quite a few years ago to make it my career. I'd love to drive one, but competitively. No. Ever since I was a kid, my heart has always been with supercars, tin tops and NASCAR. Maybe IndyCar, I'd probably look at IndyCar more than I'd look at F1. With 2 rounds of this year's Supercars season to go and a potential 600 points up for grabs, Coulthard is just 17 points behind Whincup and McLaughlin is a further 10 points back. Chaz Mostert is 127 points behind the leader and Van Gisbergen is 189 points adrift. No one will win the championship this weekend, but someone may lose it. "You certainly know the benefits of having a good round this weekend," McLaughlin said. "It's awesome to be a part of something special for the category, with 5 people who can still win it. To be one of those 5 fighting for it is exciting. It is a bit nerve-wracking, you've worked towards this the whole year and you don't want one race to stuff you. That can certainly happen, but that's why we love motorsport and come back each year to have a go. Hopefully the luck is on my side, because I've had a bad run for the last few bits.